supporting businesses with guidance and services to create the recipe for success. The Time by Sagicor Bank is
CVM News at 7 headlines Tuesday, courtesy of Heart NSTA Trust, Jamaica's Human Development Agency.
Coming up in CVM News at 7, family of newborn face house demolition in Trelawny. Access denied. Minister Bartlett dismisses claims Jamaicans are being shut out of beaches. CCJ email leak. Political commentator says judges' integrity not undermined. In the business report, centralizing distribution for scale with Seprod. And later on in sports, CPL T20 action returned to Sabina Park. Kingsmen urging fans to come out in droves.
CVM News at 7 headlines Tuesday, courtesy of Heart NSTA Trust, Jamaica's Human Development Agency.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
CVM News at 7 Tuesday, brought to you by...
Anything for the taste of a juicy, crunchy, irresistible KFC big deal. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Tuesday, August 11, 2026. I'm Nika Lewis. Thank you for joining us. This evening, a family in Trelawny is crying foul after being told to leave their home to make way for demolition just 3 days after welcoming a newborn. The details from Crystal Williams.
Amid the ongoing demolition exercise, questions are being raised about whether adequate notice was given to residents and where they are expected to find alternative shelter. A mother who recently underwent a C-section says she was not given proper notice before being told to vacate her home.
And take him baby father and steps from and then tell me so me have to move out to and stitches me get and me can't do no. So me just sit down and she did there so with me I go and no then no she don't know.
I see it? Okay. No. But you had to come out?
Yes, that is.
People's National Party's constituency chairman for Trelawny Northern, Dennis Meadows, voiced his opposition to how the demolitions are being handled.
Evidence of this insensitivity that has been demonstrated this morning. You come on the eve of the morning, right before people even wake up, and you come with equipment and you demolish people without notice.
The affected family is now seeking answers, while concerns mount over the impact of the demolitions on other residents in the community.
This against the background that we are giving homes to over 10,000 despicable human beings from the US, deported here. We're accepting them here, we're giving them home. Rapists, pedophiles. But Jamaicans have no home. Look at it. 3-day-old baby. Yeah. Displaced. under a bus stop.
Crystal Williams, CVM News.
Meanwhile, PNP President Mark Golding is threatening legal action over a social media post implicating he and another senior party member in this morning's eviction of residents and demolition of homes in Cooper's Pen, Trelawny. Golding has described the claim as a malicious lie and is demanding that the post be removed, warning that failure to do so could result in legal consequences. The post, which was made by a user dubbed Lester Gale, was eventually taken down but left the opposition leader incensed. It is wrong and it is not true. That response from Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett amid growing claims Jamaicans are being denied access to the country's beaches. In recent months, there have been demonstrations and calls from groups, including the Jamaica Beach Birthright Environmental Movement, JABEM, over beach access. Amoy Harriet has the details.
There have been several videos like these making the rounds on social media in recent months.
You cannot come down here and pull down nothing down here.
Nobody's pulling down anything.
You can't put on no locker, no arse and stable and nothing down here, so nothing at all.
How many police came here this morning?
5 policemen and one with a big old rifle.
What did they say?
They said we cannot come and swim here.
Many Jamaicans say they feel they're being denied access to a number of the island's beaches.
Curtis, so nobody know if we come down there, that's why they carry that. Nobody know if we come on the property.
CVM News has also done several reports in which the Jamaica Beach Birthright Environmental Movement, JABEM, repeatedly criticized the government over what it says is the restriction of public access to the coastline. Several government officials, including Environment Minister Matthew Samuda, have pushed back, insisting the government's Beach Control Act is designed to strike a balance between environmental protection and ensuring Jamaicans can freely enjoy the nation's coastlines. Still, this was President of JABEM, Dr. Devon Taylor, in an interview with CVM News earlier this year.
So we can't allow, for another piece of beach to be lost to the tourism product.
Now the tourism minister is adding his voice to the debate, and he isn't mincing his words.
And we hear people from time to time speak about tourism in a manner that gives the impression that tourism only takes from them and gives nothing back to them. And there's nothing further from the truth. Tourism is not about taking. Tourism is about people exchanging goods and services for money. And so we begin to understand that our beaches are not just a location to swim, but it is an asset.
The minister is dismissing as wrong and untrue claims that Jamaicans only have free access to 1% of the island's beaches.
We have 70 beaches across Jamaica, 70 that are available to the public, 60 of which are reasonably done up. And in all of that, there are only 10 beaches that are commercial and 5 that you really pay extensively to go to. And yet, as minister, I have to deal with the fallacy that is only 1% of the beaches available to Jamaica. And it is bad that we do that, especially that is not true. And we may have issues with an area, we may have an issue with an owner here, we may have an issue with a process there. But we must not make the world define Jamaica as a country that denies its population of beach access, because it is wrong and it's not true.
Amoy Harriet, CVM News.
Do it the right way. Mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon, is urging attraction operators to secure necessary permits for building and planning approvals, adding more court-ordered demolition is set to take place. Mayor Vernon is sounding this alarm following the recent demolition of a giant swing that was constructed as a tourist attraction in the parish. Natasha Williams has more.
The Montego Bay mayor has reported that since the demolition of a giant swing in Norwood Pen, several developers have reached out to the corporation to get in line with the provisions of the Building Act and the Town and Country Planning Act. He is now urging other developers to get their houses in order as the municipal corporation are prepared to carry out more demolitions.
We do have other development on our radar that we have issued stop orders and cease and desist notices to, and they are yet to comply, and some have also gone to the court and have been ruled for demolition, and we are going to carry out the demolition order as soon as it is necessary. But we are waiting on them to do their bit because some have to do the demolition themselves, and if they don't, then we will step in and do the demolition.
The municipal corporation chairman says while the demolition of the giant swing wasn't aimed at dampening potential developers' creativity, he needed to send a clear message.
My message is that do it the right way. We will help you, we will guide you through the process and ensure that you will get to help us to diversify our space because we do welcome it. We want our space to be diversified. We want different offerings in the city of Montego Bay. And all we ask is that you do it. It's not a pushback against whoever is trying to be innovative. It's pushback against this order. It's pushback against those persons who want to test the system and without putting the necessary things in place to ensure that our people are safe and that our visitors are similarly safe.
Mayor Vernon says this concern isn't unique to the tourism sector, but is a major issue with the developments right across Jamaica. However, he stressed that in the case of the recent demolition, the operator's unwillingness to comply was not the only reason, noting that the entire structure was a breach of the Building and Planning Act. The mayor also emphasized that the structure was illegally constructed on the property on which it was located, and he described the unlawful development as a tragedy waiting to happen.
If you lose control of that swing, you will be heading over into a precipice. And the necessary contraptions that needed to be in place to ensure that the person who's using the swing is safe, that was not in place. And there's no parking, there is no bathroom, and so forth. So it lacked planning approval, it lacked building approval, and those things are necessary when you're doing development to ensure that you're within the building standard and building codes of Jamaica, and that the planning approval will ensure that area is welcoming of the type of development that you are trying to execute within the space.
He therefore encourages developers to pursue the appropriate channel when building.
Once you collect your permit, you can begin your construction. We're not saying to you, no, don't. We are saying to you, yes, you can, but you need to do it the right way. And even throughout the construction period, we have schedules where we ensure that at each stage of the construction, our building inspectors will come and check to ensure that you're building according to the approval given.
Natasha Williams, CVM News.
The province of Lecce in Italy has signed a working framework with the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, to make two territories twin towns. This program of cultural, educational and commercial engagement was held from August 4 to 9, as Crystal Williams reports.
President of Lecce, Italy, Fabio Tarantino, along with other municipal leaders across the Salento region of southern Italy, met with the mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, to set out shared priorities for cooperation and formally open the process of forming a town twinning agreement between the two territories. This program of cultural, educational and commercial engagement was held from August 4 to August 9.
So this has been also an opportunity for us to create, to understand and create a knowledge about this part, which is part of our history.
One of the most significant moments of the itinerary was a commemorative ceremony at the San Brunone Cemetery in Taranto. There, Mayor Swaby, Vice Mayor Giorno of Taranto, Jamit Association diaspora members, and special invitees made history as the first official delegation to lay a wreath at the resting place of members of the British West Indies Regiment who fought in World War I. Mayor Swaby says the framework signing gives Kingston a formal basis to build on a relationship already proven through 3 editions of the Jamit Festival and more than 2 years of sustained cultural and educational exchange.
This, makes us happy to know that we can build a strong relation with the community of Jamaica, but also with the city of Kingston.
The KSAMC and the province of Lecce, together with the 7 participating divisions, will now move forward with the institutional steps required to convert this working framework into a full twinning agreement. The KSAMC also says it will host a delegation from the province of Lecce on an official visit to Kingston at a later date to advance the work that has begun in Italy. Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
CVM News at 7 continues in a moment.
KFC Summer Bucket.
Chicken, mega deal, super chicken.
This KFC bucket deal has you thinking chicken. Get the summer bucket for $4,700.
Employers, once a month, you have the power to shape Jamaica's future. By paying your hard 3% contribution, you're not just contributing, you're investing in people, in skills, in our economy. Your hard contribution trains working-age Jamaicans, aligns programs with workforce needs, and secures our future. That's not just contribution, it's transformation. Contribute to heart and to your future.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Attorney at law and public commentator Bert Samuels says the leaked email saga rocking the Caribbean Court of Justice CCJ does not undermine the integrity of its judges, but gives ammunition to critics of the regional court. More in this report from Carla Ramdeen.
Senior attorney and public commentator Berta Samuels is backing former Attorney General Marlene Malahoo Fort over her comments on X about the reported leak of internal emails involving CCJ judges. While Malahoo Fort said the disclosure could undermine public confidence in the regional court, Mr. Samuels says the emails have provided fodder for those opposed to the CCJ, but to note the emails does not compromise the judge's integrity.
I'm deeply troubled that the leaked emails on issues which could have been resolved internally and which former Attorney General Malahoo Fort correctly said, and I quote, poor display of judgment, end of quote, on the part of whoever mischievously leaked the emails. Unfortunately, this has become fodder for those anti-CCJ elements among us. At no time has there been any accusation touching and concerning the integrity of the judges or the court's judgment.
Mr. Samuels explains that the situation is not unique to the Caribbean Court of Justice and should not deter Jamaica from having the CCJ as its final appellate court.
I do not think that that is the test of whether a court should be existing or not. I am sure there have been disagreements in the Privy Council between judges. We see judges in the Privy Council in Millet's memoirs, selecting judges, making sure that he puts judges which will make a decision that he likes. Does that disqualify the Privy Council from sitting as a court? I think we're too hard on ourselves. We are unrealistic. And the ulterior motive is not to decolonize the judiciary, but to keep in place a Privy Council, which is a colonial court.
He says the matter can be resolved internally with the CCJ president and judges working together to address the situation.
I think that we are using what lawyers will call inadmissible evidence to judge them. It should not have become part of the public discourse. Mind your own business and let the CCJ deal with their business.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
Jamaica marked its 64th year of being independent last Thursday, but the conversation about true independence is far from over, with questions being raised about the country's ties to the British monarch. More in this report.
I don't recognize Jamaican independence, and neither should you. How can we consider ourselves independent when the British monarch is still our head of state? And the British Privy Council is still our final court of appeal.
That's the video that has reignited questions on whether the country is truly independent as Jamaica celebrates its 64th year of independence. Social media influencer Ruben Hussey says Jamaica should not be considered fully independent while the King remains head of state and the Privy Council serves as the country's final appellant court. Speaking on CVM's lead story on Friday, Hussey's comments have drawn criticism from State Minister Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn, who maintains that Jamaica is already an independent nation with its own constitution, currency, flag, and elected government. However, Hussey is defending his position, adding the symbolic ties are still symbols.
I recognize what the sitting minister said. I agree with what she said, but it also doesn't change the fact that symbolically or not, the monarch and the king is still our head of state. Our final court of appeal is not a court that's made up of Jamaican judges or even Caribbean judges. It's made up of the former colonial judicial committee of the Privy Council. We still have the Governor General.
He also supports replacing the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council with the Caribbean Court of Justice. He says Jamaica should complete the process of decolonization altogether.
I think in order to have full-scale decolonization, we should have full-scale decolonization. We shouldn't have any ties to the monarchy, and particularly the real ties where they have real effects and real causes, and it has real decisions that are made by people that aren't Jamaican, is the form of the Privy Council. Not necessarily the king, who doesn't really have anything to do with our self-governance and hasn't since 1955.
Angela Melville, CVM News.
A viral beach brawl at the Zimise Beach event in Puerto Rico, St. Anne has now triggered a police investigation. One of two men attacked is reportedly hospitalized, while police say their identities are yet to be established. The incident captured on video has since gone viral, showing the men being repeatedly and aggressively beaten by a group of patrons. More in this report from Crystal Williams.
A day in the sun turned into a violent nightmare at the Zimise Beach event in Puerto Rico, St. Anne on Sunday. The video circulating online shows two men being attacked by a group of men. CVM News understands that one of the two people attacked is now in hospital. The police's communication network, CCN, says it is aware of the incident and has launched an investigation alongside the St. Anne Criminal Investigations Branch. The St. Anne CIB is actively investigating the incident and is appealing to persons who were present to come forward. Police say people who witnessed the incident or who have video recordings, photographs, or other information may have critical information to assist the investigation. However, the CCN has told CVM News that no one has come forward as yet and no identities confirmed in connection with the incident. Anyone with information is being urged to contact the St. Anne CIB, the police emergency number 119, the nearest police station, or provide information anonymously through Crime Stop at 311. Event umbrella Best Weekend Ever says it is aware of the videos circulating online and strongly condemns the violence, saying the incident does not reflect the culture or experience it seeks to provide. Best Weekend Ever also says additional security measures have been put in place for the final event of the 2026 series as it reaffirms its commitment to patrons' safety. Crystal Williams, CVM News.
With road fatalities remaining a concern, authorities are combining road safety education with advanced technology to target dangerous driving and improve enforcement. With the details, here's Giovanni Hamilton.
Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake says, while motorsports is vibrant and enjoyable, it also presents an opportunity to remind the public about the importance of road safety.
Motorsports is a sport
that is, very vibrant, enjoyable in Jamaica, and we love it. We are sons of the soil, as I've mentioned many times before. But then we also have to use the opportunity to speak to persons about road safety. Over the past couple of years, the past 3 years, we have seen significant reduction in murders from violent crime. But we unfortunately seen a lot of persons dying on our roadways.
Motorcycle fatalities reduction strategist, District Constable Marlon Fletcher adds that alcohol use and improper riding practices are contributing to road fatalities. He's urging riders to wear helmets and follow other safety riding protocols.
Well, firstly, wear a certified helmet. 2, apply proper riding practices when you're operating a motorcycle. 3, and most importantly, if you consume alcohol, don't ride. If you plan to ride, do not consume alcohol, because motorcycle is a dangerous piece of machinery, and the speed at which it moves, it reduces your reaction time. So couple that with alcohol, it's a ticking time bomb.
Meanwhile, Sergeant Tyrone Walker reminded the motoring public that the new Talon 2 speed detection device can spot speeding motorists from 1,000 meters away, and it records videos as well.
The Talon 2, it has a range of 1,000 meters out. Yet the operator can actually detect a motorist from 1,000 meters out. And it displays the reading on the screen. So unlike the laser, which is this one, which is the TrueCam 2, which is the latest version that we have, it has an effective range of 3/4 miles, which is 1,200 meters out, 200 meters in addition to the first one.
Giovanni Hamilton, CVM News.
Shifting gears now, with the new school year set to begin in September, parents are already feeling the pressure of back-to-school expenses. From school supplies to uniforms and other essentials, families say preparing for the new term is becoming an increasingly heavy financial burden as the cost of living rises. Meanwhile, some parents say they have been planning and budgeting for the season. So CVM News ventured downtown Kingston to gauge how parents are managing these expenses.
Have you completed your back to school spending, and have you found that it's more expensive than before?
No, I'm not complete my back to school spending. And right now, it's not complete for now because the price and everything is way higher, triple time. So I'm not going to finish. I have to take my time step by step. And then I don't know when I'm going to finish because there's 3 of them, one in I, one in primary, and one in basic school. So I don't know. I just don't take my time, go through step by step and do what I have to do.
Very expensive books are very expensive, and sometimes I buy the books, they don't use it at school. Wow. Well, it's cool, is it? Because now, change of uniform, so it costs then. Trust me, definitely.
Yeah, really expensive back to school thing. Cause everything go up, price, a book, books, bags, shoes and everything, all of that. The sky high, really, definitely. Budget really go up, trust me. It's really up. Lot of spending, cost lot of cash. You have to work and save towards that.
Yes, it is expensive than before. I don't complete it as yet, but as I check on the prices of most of the book them, they're expensive.
I know are the pet books played.
The pet book, I wonder why the prices are so high. Actually, I saw one book selling for $9,000. I was like, really?
Actually, for me, with back to school spending, I try to save towards it. So I'll show a partner, which I get draw sometime in August, and then I'll use that money to use to back to school, finish up back to school.
And have you found that it's more expensive than before, like from last year compared to now?
Yes, because things raise, but as what I said, I always save towards it.
CVM News at 7 continues after this break.
cheaper toll rates on Trans-Jam highways with a T-Tag until October 31st. Ready to get your T-Tag today? Good news! T-Tag packages are discounted by 50%, down to $1,250 until September 30th. The package includes $500 toll credit that you can use right away. Get your T-Tag today from any manually operated toll booth on Trans-Jam highways or Rubis gas station on the Portmore Toll Road.
KFC Summer Bucket.
Chicken, 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 McIntyre super chicken.
This KFC bucket deal has you thinking chicken. Get the summer bucket for $4,700. KFC Summer Bucket. This KFC bucket deal has you thinking chicken. Get the summer bucket for $4,700.
The time by KFC is
7:30.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Glad you stayed. It's now time for the business report with Joel Crosskill.
Lots to share with you in the business report today, as the strategy behind the scale and speed of success celebrated with a clean sweep of Jamaica's 2025 Business Awards season were confirmed at the 86th AGM of Seprod Limited, where the leadership of the fast-moving consumer goods behemoth slowed down just enough to detail how the entity, which currently operates in 12 markets, performed for the financial year ended December 31, 2025, with CEO and Managing Director of Seprod Limited, Richard Pandui, providing the initial insights.
Seprod has become one of the largest and most diversified manufacturing, distribution and consumer products companies in the Caribbean. Through disciplined investment and strategic acquisitions, we have built a regional platform that spans multiple territories, multiple industries, and millions of consumers. Today, we possess an unmatched route to market across the Caribbean, and our tentacles spread to the UK, Canada, United States. Despite a very challenging global environment, I'm pleased to report another year of robust financial performance. Revenue grew by 14% to $152.3 billion. Operating profit increased by 23% to $11.1 billion. And net profit attributable to shareholders from continuing operations rose by 58% to $4.2 billion, with earnings per share moving from $3.62 to $5.09, a 41% movement. I'm pleased that operating cash flow increased significantly during the year to $9.3 billion, reflecting stronger earnings and improved working capital management. These stronger cash flows will enable us to reduce debt, lower financing costs, and strengthen our balance sheet, positioning us to deliver stronger and more sustainable returns for you, our shareholders.
Shareholders who would have witnessed an extended period of investment aimed at building resilience, aligning synergies, and improving efficiency, according to Chairman Paul B. Scott.
Over the last 4 years, we've probably spent $250 million acquiring companies. That, you know, if you think about A.S. Bridens, you think about CPJ, you think about Stanfield Scott, you think of H. Jason Jones, it's quite considerable. That's on top of considerable capex of rebuilding a margarine plant, moving Surge Island Farms from St. Thomas to Bogwalk, right? Actually acquiring Nestle, which was previous to that. So we've spent a lot of money in building out what we have today.
Seprod's chief executive isolated the extent of acquisitions in 2025 alone.
In 2025, this group invested approximately $3.7 billion in manufacturing facilities, technologies, logistics infrastructure, automation, and digital transformation. These are to improve our productivity or enhance our customer service, reduce costs, and ensure that Seprod remains competitive for decades to come.
And for that to be the case, according to Chairman Scott, refinement of the logistical process becomes essential.
A lot of our production is in Jamaica. To improve the production, you need volume increases, right? The whole problem with the Caribbean is we're fragmented. We don't have scale. So what we're trying to do is to deliver scale by amalgamating many small markets and plugging them in to a first-class manufacturing facility. We are essentially moving to a central distribution system.
A point reinforced by Seprod's CEO.
Today, I want to emphasize one message above all others. The first phase of our journey was about scaling, building muscles, having size. The next phase will be about converting that scale into superior shareholder value through integration, operational excellence, and the realization of synergies. This is where our energy is now firmly focused. Integration is never easy. It requires investment, patience, and discipline. But the benefits are already becoming evident. We're leveraging our increased purchasing power, sharing best practices across markets, improving operational efficiencies, and strengthening relationships with both suppliers and customers.
Who can now anticipate a wave of novelty coming to market from Seprod.
Our innovation pipeline at the company is exciting. It's exciting times for Seprod. It's exciting times.
When the chairman and I stood before you more than 10 years ago, we shared an ambitious vision to transform Seprod from a successful Jamaican manufacturing company into one of the Caribbean's leading consumer goods business. Today, I believe we can say with confidence that we have achieved that ambition.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crossgill.
Over now to regional and international news.
We begin with news in Barbados. Local boat owners have received almost $3 million in loans to repair or rebuild vessels damaged or destroyed by Hurricane Beryl. CBC Barbados has the details.
The World Bank is providing financing for the project, as well as oversight and support as government seeks to get the fishing community back to full capacity. Minister Bradshaw says the aim is to ensure that financing is manageable.
We are trying to bring back a working fleet, and the way to do that responsibly is through financing that owners can manage, which is why 75% comes as a loan and 25% as a grant facility.
Meanwhile, in Hungary, the National Assembly has elected Dr. Andras Baka as President of the Republic, in a move widely seen as a break with Viktor Orban's approach to power. More from Al Jazeera.
Andras Baka served in the Supreme Court until Viktor Orban removed him 15 years ago. The European Court of Human Rights ruled that he was unfairly dismissed. The emphatic parliamentary approval of his appointment is being seen as a symbolic step in new Prime Minister Peter Magyar's effort to dismantle his predecessor's approach to governance. After taking the oath of office, Bakar criticised the previous government, saying that during Orban's rule, one party captured the state.
And finally, a new survey in Somalia finds 1 in 2 children are malnourished, with 1 in 4 suffering severe acute malnutrition, as hospitals struggle to treat rising cases amid shrinking donor support. Here's an inside look from Reuters.
Of the cases that we are seeing in the hospital, like 90% of these malnourished children, they are present with medical complications that require specialized medical treatment, and we are running out of space. And our team on the ground, they have to make a very difficult decisions every day, who to admit and who to discharge.
And that's it for regional and international news. I'm Matthew Wright.
With us for sports right after these.